morning. It's another cold day here in New York City. It's Monday. Usually we don't film podcasts on Monday at Schultz Studios, but today it's a little different. I get to produce Brilliant Idiots, and I'm a little late to doing that. How you doing, brother?
Miles?
Thank you. Good, how are you?
Hey, what's up? My name's Miles. I'm a podcast producer living in New York City, and this week it is freezing. I have a lot of podcasts I need to get done. I'm going to be taking a lot of Ubers, and I actually see more than one fire, so stick around if that sounds cool.
Alex isn't here today. He is, I think, stuck somewhere. Like his flight didn't come in. Maybe it's the snow, maybe it's the weather. I have no clue. But he asked me to cover, so that's what I'm going to do today. This is the Brilliant you're used to. This is the Brilliant you're not used to. That's the desk. We need to do a few things today, turn all the cameras on, make sure all the cards are ready. I used to run a lot of the stuff for Brilliant. I used to edit it, do all the clips and everything you can think of, but it's been a second since I've really got it up and running. Not that it's hard or that there's just more steps than I remember. How do I turn that TV on and put an image here? I don't remember, so we're gonna solve for that. Alright, so Brilliant's working, everything's on, all the cameras are ready, all the cards are good, except for this TV. I can't turn the bottom one on. Usually there's an image there, but I don't know how to do it. And Alex also can't help because he's too far away. I don't know what to do. Maybe just turn both of them off. We're gonna find out. Also, it's the inauguration apparently. But in other news, my friend David, who also works at Schultz Studios, recently got his bike stolen directly in front of his eyes. Let's find out if he's gotten his bike back or bought another one yet. Did you get your bike back? Everyone's begging to know.
No, I didn't get my bike back. I ended up buying a new one.
No dice on the bike, but it is time for Brilliant Idiots. And there's a really, really awesome and important and special moment in today's episode.
We're down 36.2
You guys even hear what I just said?
That's burying the lead, right? What?
I'm about to have a child. I'm pregnant. I'm with child.
Are you really or
Yes, no, for real, yeah.
Taylor, that's so exciting.
Yo, Taylor's don't fall for this shit.
Oh my god!
That's not Taylor, that's not
Oh my God. Congratulations! You're gonna be an uncle.
The first question he asked, he goes, so did you think about getting a little scoop or what? That's the first question.
Alright, what's up? I'm back in a room with no windows, so you can't tell what time it is outside. This is one funny thing about vlogging, literally in a cave, is that there's no representation, that a whole day has passed. We did Brilliant this morning, went really well, it was really fun. There's a really big surprise in it. I don't know if it will make it in this vlog or not. We probably got out of Brilliant at 2 or 3 o'clock. I moved some footage around. I did a lot of I had to move the cameras back, so there's probably some B-roll footage of that, of me moving cameras. One of the things that I need to solve for this week, and I promise that not every week is going to be fixing a problem here at Flagrant. Some weeks just go nicely. But like I said last week, it's the beginning of the year, so there's a lot of things that we need to fix, I guess, or that could use fixing. And one of them is that our AirPlay system is not working very well. I think maybe our Wi-Fi's slow or too many people are on it. I don't know the answer, but we run into issues when we're trying to watch a video. Mark will try to AirPlay it to the TV and it'll lag or skip, and that's not very conducive sometimes to watching content and trying to react to it. So right now I'm gonna order a long HDMI cable. I'm gonna try to pick it up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Get back here at the studio by 9:45, get it plugged in so that tomorrow's episode can go a little bit more smoothly. My one big issue that I'm running into right now is that it snowed, and I love snow, it's very cool, but it snowed a lot and it sort of was wet, mushy snow, and then it got below freezing. So then all the snow froze into sort of this hard packed ice. So my big issue is that I usually would get around the city very quickly on my bike, but it may not be the safest thing to do.
This was such a dumb choice, and I want to show you why it was a dumb choice to bike today. The roads, here I'll show you, the roads are very dry. The bike paths look like this. This is all ice. It's really hard to describe how slick this is. I should have not biked, and I'm gonna walk my bike. I don't know how far we're gonna get. I think the actual bridge itself is cleared, but wow, this was a treacherous little section here. Just wanted to update you guys, the biking was a really dumb choice.
Alright, for anyone who's worried, I did bike home successfully. The bridge was much nicer. But that's a Monday in my life. Here comes Tuesday. Okay, what's up? Good morning. It's Tuesday, and I just gotta let you all know that Tuesdays are a little too important and overwhelming for me to film everything. I'm not good enough to vlog while also filming 2 episodes of Flagrant and editing. So, I'm gonna voice over some things here. Here's me commuting into Midtown Manhattan to go to B&H, a camera store you might have heard of from the last vlog, where I'm picking up some items that ended up actually not working anyways, so we're gonna cut all of that out. Then, we need to film an episode, which means I'm in the studio first, turning on all the cameras, making sure all the specs are the same. I clear all the SD cards, double check all the angles, make sure everything's basically ready to film an episode with no hiccups. Once everything is ready and all the guys are in the studio and mic'd up, it's time to now record an episode of Flagrant.
That he once sent me his one and only boy so that everyone done trust me, done get cut off from God, but get that real kind knife, stay out the max forever.
Okay, and that's a wrap. We just finished the episode. Actually, that's a lie. I'm trying to act like this just like we just finished the episode, but that's actually not true. Everyone's gone. It's 5:20 p.m. There's just too much stuff to do to really film it. Right now, where we're at is, hold on, let me make the lights a little less bright in here. Here's another fun thing you guys can see. Our lighting system is just all a bunch of little buttons. If I click the button, it gets darker. I should turn that around. Okay, like I was saying, it is a bit of a mess. I'm transferring all the footage. There's a lot of SD cards used today. There's like a bunch of cables and cords and stuff I need to move around. Schultz is having back pain, so he's been using a heating pad all day. I've also been using a heating pad recently because for the first time in my 31 years, I am also experiencing back pain. I'm gonna clean this place up. That's the first step. Second step is to finish transferring all the footage, and then I'm working on the main episode. Then tomorrow morning, because we ran out of time today, we need to film Patreon, but we need to film it in a very specific time slot, which I don't think we've ever filmed an episode this early, but I think we're doing like a 7 a.m. episode. But yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up, finish transferring footage, head home, edit, and we'll pick up there. Okay, I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna go home and edit tonight. But while walking home, I ended up walking through a film set, closing up for the night. Let's pick back up at home, where I've edited for a few more hours, changed into comfy clothes, and ate dinner. Probably like 10 o'clock right now. I'm outside, but I'm outside because I've been in my apartment, just sort of editing, just straight heads down editing. It's not intense, it just is like very tedious. Sometimes it's so tedious that like, you know, it just gets a little stressful. So I have to take myself on what I call refresh walks. I have 2 different types of walks. I have refresh walks, which are sort of like, okay, there's more work to be done. And then I have another type of walk called a dummy walk, which is, okay, everything's done. I need to go dummy my brain out and like shut it down. They're very different walks. There's a bodega that's like probably 15 minutes from my apartment. It's not the best bodega or deli in the world, but it's the one that's specifically 15 minutes from my apartment. So it's a 15-minute walk there, get some treats, and walk back. Is this the best use of my time on a long night where I'm alone editing, trying to get this episode done? No. Do I need to stop staring at screens sometimes and get a Gatorade Zero? Yes. I get a few more hours of work done and then I'll pick back up here. Good evening, I'm in my bedroom. It's 1:40 in the morning. The episode edit is about 95% done. Probably done in the next like 20 minutes. Then export's gonna take probably like an hour. Then upload takes a couple of hours. If I sleep until 7, I'll be at the pod by 7:30 or trying to film Patreon tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up this episode. Also, this is so funny. I haven't even mentioned. I don't know if these work or if it's pseudoscience, but I've been wearing these like blue light blocking glasses. Maybe like second or third night with the orange glasses on like a long night where I have to stare at a computer all night. I can't tell if they're working or not, but I don't know if I have enough data. I'm gonna go back to making sure that hopefully everything's done with this. Good night. I'm back. In the cruelest, sickest turn of events, Spectrum Wi-Fi's down and says it won't be back on until 5:30 in the morning, which means I now need to go back to Flagrant Studios, upload, and then just sleep there. Sometimes things don't go your way. And this is one of those examples of that. Alright, I'm gonna pack. To anyone who thinks that maybe I'm doing this for dramatic effect for my vlog, my dozens of fans. Outage report. No internet. Good morning. It's 6:35 in the morning, which means it's time to podcast. Actually, it's time to shower, get ready for work. Get to work, then it's time to podcast. I'm never up this early. I never see New York City this early. Some of the coffee shops aren't open. The smoothie shop I go to is not open. Like, the bodega closes. I didn't know that happened. Like, goddamn, city that never sleeps my ass. It's freezing cold. It's probably 10 degrees. I'm waiting for a car. If I get to work by like 7:30, that'd be awesome. I used to live and work in a very remote part of northern Minnesota on the Canadian border at a national park. And it was a fun time in my life. It was a weird time in my life, but I worked with a kid and we shared a room. Every morning we'd have to get up at the ass crack of dawn to go work all day. Every morning I'd wake up and I'm so bad at waking up early. It's one of my downfalls. And every morning he'd wake up and he'd say, pitter patter, let's get at her. And it was annoying at the time, but it was very nice and it got me out of bed. And sometimes I say that to myself now if I have to get up. So this morning, pitter patter, let's get at her. Look at how pretty this is. As you can tell, the internet did come back on right as I was about to step out of the door. So for the first time I'll ever say this in my life, thank you, Spectrum. I was able to upload overnight. Now my next goal is get back to the studio and get everything back up and running for the Patreon episode that we weren't able to film on Tuesday because we ran out of time. For anyone who doesn't know, Flagrant films a weekly episode that goes on YouTube for everyone. That's our public episode that you see every week. And another that goes behind a paywall to our patrons. It's usually a little more relaxed of an episode, lots of laughs, and you get access to all of our past episodes and new ones for $5 a month at patreon.com/flagrant. We're back. Nice. Someone left the heat on overnight, and I'm not complaining. It's boiling in here, but it is 7:34. I have 30 minutes to get the room ready. The episode's uploaded, so I'm going to sort of do some double duty here. Check in on that, and get the room ready. Okay, one thing that I need to do is, it's very warm in the studio, but it's less warm in this space because it's so big, the heat can't keep up. And we have someone that works back in this corner that has a lot of window. I'm gonna get a space heater and put it back here. Okay, the guys are showing up and it's time to film an episode of Flagrant Patreon. What? Yerrrr!
Ever weigh in on
don't
anyone?
like Keke Palmer.
Yes,
Shut
I
up.
do. I think Keke
Who's
Palmer would be
Palmer?
fire. She has songs. She does music. She's from.
No.
I knew it. I knew
Do you think Keke Palmer's SZA?
No.
I knew he didn't know. I knew he was fucking capping. I knew he didn't know. You don't even know.
Miles
who
looks
she
at a picture
is.
of Keke Palmer and
He's
goes,
like,
I don't know who that woman is. I never seen that woman in my life.
I knew he was capping. I love that I just caught you with
I'm
this
sorry
one.
to this girl.
I do not know who that girl is.
I love her music. She has great music.
Okay, just wrapped another episode. Studio's empty. Everyone just left for their flights. Really quick, I said it was really warm in the studio earlier this morning, like boiling hot. So hot, in fact, that we actually overheated one of our cameras. So in the middle of Patreon, I'm running around the set, opening the doors and turning off the heaters. I need to get this main episode live. So we need to do title, we need to do thumbnail, need to export audio ads, send footage, upload footage for our clip editors. A lot of things to do, but I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna take all the footage that we just filmed, back it up so that we have it in two places. Hey, I don't know if you noticed, there was like a little dark mark that moved with me, which means there was dust either on the back of the lens or on the front or on the camera sensor, most likely. The sensor on a camera is important and valuable, and you should not touch it. Cleaning it is very, like, not delicate, but like there are kits to do it, and you should follow the instructions on the kit if you ever are going to like touch or work on the sensor of your own camera. I very much try to take care of all of our cameras here and try to go over them like you know, we switch cameras a lot, we switch bodies a lot, we switch the lenses in and out a lot. So there's potential of like dust getting on a sensor, and I just found one with dust on it, and I get to use my favorite toy. This thing blows air. I don't have hair, but it blows air. So this is my camera, and this is actually the sensor. That's what captures the actual image of the camera. And if you look over here, we've got dust. You don't want to do it this way. It wouldn't be wise because the dust doesn't really have anywhere to go. It might get deeper into the camera. What you want to do is you just want to do one good one. Now it's somewhere else. So yeah, that's a clean sensor. Now I'm gonna put this lens on it, or I will put a plate on the camera. You always want to cover your sensor, and you always want to cover the backside of your lens. David, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Aimé Leon Dore jeans that Andrew gave to anyone who would take it. Wow. I'm assuming he gave it away because there's a massive, it could be coffee stain, smoothie, Shiloh's throw up, whatever. I hope it comes out. And then I'm wearing the black Doc Martens.
Wow, dude.
I'm wearing long johns because it's 18 degrees out. I'm wearing...
Oh, let's see your new bike, dude. That's what you're wearing. Go, go, go.
Alright, so as many of you know from the last Flagrant episode that absolutely killed, I can only imagine it's because they told my story. My bike was stolen. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, messaged 100 people, tried to negotiate bargain. I got this beauty. Boom! Has Spider-Man stickers on it because the guy's son who sold it to me really likes it. 2 batteries. Eggs for my lady friend to sit on the back.
All right, you want to go lunch?
Yeah, let's get Chipotle.
Cool. Just had lunch. Here's a funny thing that happens in the Flagrant studio. Every time someone is connected to the television that's on set, and then they close their laptop or walk away and it disconnects, the TV defaults to a movie. We don't know how it works or why. If both TVs were connected to via AirPlay and then close the laptops, they just default to like some weird fake channel that's called Movie Hub that just plays movies with tons of ads. So this is what's on right now. I never know what the movie is. As much as I love these frame TVs because they're like pretty, and I think they're like matte, so they don't really like reflect on set, and there's a lot of positives to them, their UI is trash and their remotes are even worse. That's not a tech review. Get a Samsung frame TV if you want or don't want, but for our specific application, they're a little frustrating sometimes. To end the day, I offloaded all the footage from that day's recording. I got the edit sort of going at work, and then David kindly walked me to the train station and edited from home the rest of the day. Good morning, it's Thursday, which is awesome. Thursdays are great because just a lot of me sort of like editing. Sometimes I edit at home, sometimes I go to a coffee shop. There's a YouTuber who I really enjoy, and he, on a recent video, pointed out that it's sort of overwrought or sort of egregious to film these steam stacks in the winter in New York City. It's almost cheating, or it's almost cliche, but I'm gonna be cliche and do that exactly right now. For anyone wondering, the YouTuber's name is Austin Augie. You can find him at Studio Augie on YouTube. He's an amazing YouTuber here in New York City, and it's really inspiring. So after you're done with this video, or even right now, I highly recommend that you go see his. I'll link it down below. After these cliche steam pipe shots, I grabbed an early breakfast with an old friend from college. We decided to work together at her swanky hotel lobby right after, but then disaster struck. Hannah, you just left LA where there were many fires, and now your hotel seems to have caught fire. Are you an arson?
You can't put that on the internet, no.
After the fire, we obviously couldn't work there, but I did end up going back to Flagrant Studio to get some work done. I'm at the studio right now. I've just been editing. Mark is right now at the tent, and he needs a little help with his podcast, so I'm going to jump in an Uber, which he's paying me back for, and I'm going to go over there really quick, so I'm off to Camp Gagnon. Okay, here. All right, this is about my 20th Uber of the week, and I swear it's not usually like this. But weirdly, in this Uber back to Camp Gagnon, we passed by my second fire of the day. How weird. I've come to save the day.
Thank you.
I didn't actually save the day. Camp Gagnon's team is incredibly competent. Mark ended up filming a little bit, I ended up editing a little bit more, and then at the end of the day, we ended up grabbing food together. This is where Thursday ends. Good morning, it's Friday, probably like 8 now. I'm gonna get Patreon up. There's some work that goes on behind the scenes with Patreon, that, you know, editing and things like that I finished yesterday. Then there's exporting and uploading, and there's a quality control pass and all of these other things. But Patreon's pretty much ready to go in the next like hour or two. So I'll publish Patreon right around 10:30 today. We have a Flagrant call, like sort of an all hands meeting call. This week it's Friday at noon, so I'll do that. I published Patreon, and this is me yapping, but the audio isn't very good because I wore those wired headphones, which I think are great usually, but the mic kept clicking against my big jacket zipper, so it was pretty unusable. But basically I'm saying I'm gonna grab a coffee, then head to Mark's tent and use it as a workspace. Sometimes when I really need to like focus on some tasks and really like put myself in a bit of a quiet area like a coffee shop wouldn't work, I show up at Camp Gagnon, and if Mark's not filming and no one else is using it, I will work here. It's a really good place to work sometimes because, you know, no one's really gonna bug you. It's not a lot of distractions. I mean, there's a ton of distractions, but somehow all of the distractions sort of lead to a real emptiness. I'm gonna just sit here for the next 5 to 6 hours, play some music really loud, and get some work done. I don't know if that's actually the best way to work, but for me it works. I don't know why. Also, this place is really cool. I don't know if like a lot of people get to see this. I got a few hours of work done, and then Mark showed up to film an episode of Camp Gagnon, which means I got kicked out. I ended up walking to a coffee shop nearby to get the rest of the work done. One issue with the coffee shop was that it was under renovation, so thank God for noise-canceling headphones. Okay, I just left the hotel lobby where I did a lot of admin work. It's something that's so simple, it shouldn't be hard, but I had 223 emails, which is just crazy. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, like, stop them. The whole thing's very confusing to me. But I did it, and I apologize for anyone who got stuck in sort of my email loop. I got some invoicing done. I didn't pay any bills because I'm afraid to pay bills online on public Wi-Fi in case, God forbid, something happens, my identity gets stolen. I understand what VPNs do. I don't know if they're actually helpful or not. If they are, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you're a VPN provider watching this and you want to sponsor me, I would love that. Email me. I'll get back to you in 3 weeks. Same problems before with the wired headphones clinking against the zipper. You think I would have learned. It's a little anticlimactic, but that's the end of the week. If you enjoyed this and you're still here, thank you so much. Please subscribe. I love you. Bye.